Hey y'all, I'm Jordan with TramTalk and AviNation, and I'm going to go ahead and let our guests introduce ourselves and who you're with.
I'm Kirk Fryar, President, Sarasota Avionics.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and let you explain to everyone why your company's cool, what you do, why they should support you.
All right, well, number one, we are one of the largest Garmin, or the largest Garmin dealer in the world. We do more Garmin installations than anybody else in the world. We've been doing that since, we've been operating, it's about our 25th year. We started out very humble in Venice, Florida, and kind of spreading out. We have 5 locations here in Florida, and we have numerous partners all over the world that we will install with.
That's amazing. So you said 25 years you guys have been coming. We were just talking before we started rolling about your first time at SUNnFUN, and there was a full circle story, so I'd love if you could share that.
So my first time at SUNnFUN, I was probably 10 or 11 years old with my dad. He had an old Mooney C model that we flew down here, and just like anybody else, camped underneath the wing. It was over here in this, they don't even have the campgrounds there anymore where we were at, but I remember it because it was so vivid. And I remember my first air show, I saw Patty Wagstaff fly. And I thought that was the coolest. She was whipping it around and smoke, and I was just like, this is amazing. So it was the first time I fell in love with aviation. I thought Patty was so cool, and now I sponsor her under Sarasota Avionics, so we sponsor her with aviation equipment.
I truly believe that's so full circle. Yeah, when you said that, I was just like, wow. So what do you think keeps people going in aviation? You've clearly been involved for a long time. How do you keep that spark, that interest?
Because I love flying. I love hopping in the airplane, and it's my relaxation time, right? Nobody can talk to me up there except for air traffic control, so I don't have to worry. All I have to worry about is what the plane is doing. I don't have to worry about the business. I don't have to worry about employees. I don't have to worry about anything. I just worry about what that airplane's doing. So it takes my mind out of everyday life. So that's why I love flying, and keeps me going. And I love fixing things. I love satisfying a customer. I love, I love that same look that I had when I was 10 or 11 years old when a customer comes to the airplane for the first time and sees this avionics panel that's just all these touch buttons, and their eyes are as big as a kid, just like when I was 10 years old, and I love that.
Would you say that or something else is the most fulfilling part of your job? Because that just sounds amazing.
No, that's what drives me. So that's, and then I love coming to the air shows every year and seeing the same old faces and new faces, meeting new people and seeing them year after year. I enjoy that. It's just like a big party for us. It is hard work and tiring, and by the end on a Saturday or Sunday, you're just worn out, but it's just so funny. I've been doing this for 25 years, and yesterday I was just like a little kid in the candy store seeing all this stuff like the first time again. So.
I know, I always say it doesn't get old because you have your people who you meet through this, and it's like a family, but then meeting new people, it's just great. There's so many connections you can make, which is great.
And I know people from all over the world. I travel the world. I just got back I met people from here from China. They introduced or helped us get a sponsorship into China so we could go visit them. I had a week in China with them. It was met them here at SUNnFUN. Just stuff like that. You just make so many relationships in aviation because you have everything in common, and so when you see them out in the real world, you're like, you have that connection, and just it's an automatic trust.
10,000%. Could you give our younger viewers maybe some advice on how to make connections and how to keep them?
Talk to everybody you can. You never know. Get their business cards, link it in, email them, and just talk to people. That's how I got into just going up and just having that friendly face and talking, and people will remember you in aviation, and they'll see you again and again the next year. And you never know when you're out in the real world, and hey, I met you at SUNnFUN, or I met you at Oshkosh, EAA, and it just you never know when you need a favor.
For sure. It's great having people that you know, and connections are everything, especially when you're marketing yourself.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I'd like to ask you just a very fun question, but what are you looking forward most to at SUNnFUN?
Oh, well, I like the sales, of course, but the most thing of just talking to people and the parties at night and the camaraderie that we have. That's what I look most forward to. So.
For sure.
And it's a week off of the everyday grind too, yes, it's hard work here at the booth, but it's something different. So it's a week off of the everyday grind, back at the shop, dealing with problems.
You're working, but it's a little bit more fun.
Yeah, it's a little bit more fun.
Okay, one last question. If you could talk to your younger self, the first time at your air show, what piece of advice would you give to yourself?
I would have gone through and gotten all my ratings. I wish I hadn't waited, because it's so much harder when you're older, because your brain just doesn't function the way it was when you were 19. I wish I'd have gotten my commercial rating, my ATP. I wish I'd have gone all the way through. That's the one thing I did regret. I waited, got my VFR, and I'm like, next year I'll get my IFR when I get out into work. And 20 years later, I finally got my IFR.
I think that's great advice, because it is easier to do it.
Get your ratings when you're young. Get them all out of the way.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us. This was a great interview, and I'm really glad we got to meet.
Excellent.